Okay, I'm going to put notes on the board about the microscope. I want you to copy these notes down in your notebook. Okay, the type of microscope that we were even talking about, this one right here, this is a compound light microscope. The reason we call it a compound light microscope, go with the context clues. Compound, just like a compound word, two words put together. Doghouse, two separate words put together. This has two lenses. Hopefully you remember the name of this lens up here, ocular lens, and the name of this lens down here, which is the objective lens. So when you look through the microscope to view your object, you're actually looking through two lenses at one time, ocular and objective. So we're going to start off with your notes that this is a compound light microscope. And it has two lenses, hence the word compound. Those two lenses are the ocular and the objective lens. You can only look through one of these objective lenses at one time, but you do have three options. Remember I said the ocular lens is always a 10x magnification. So that would magnify something 10 times bigger just by looking through that one lens. The objective lens, depending on which one you're using, could magnify it 4 times. We have a 10x and a 40x on your microscope. So those are the three options that you have for your objective lens. But remember, you're always looking through both of them at the same time. So when you're trying to calculate what is the total magnification of your microscope, you're going to multiply the lenses together. You're not going to add them together. That's the most common mistake also the kids will make when I have a quiz and I ask them for the total magnification if you're using medium power. Okay? Medium power is this one right here. And they would like to tell me that it's 10 plus 10, and that's 20, and that is not correct. It's 10 times 10. So just an easy way to think of it, the whole purpose of a microscope is to make things bigger, right? To magnify something. So when you're trying to think what's the total magnification, be thinking what is the way that we could make it the biggest possible? Would it be to add things together, or would it be to multiply things together? So if you think about the whole purpose of a microscope is to make things bigger, go with we're multiplying, we're not adding. We're trying to make it the biggest possible. Okay, so it's always multiplying the lenses together. So if you have an ocular lens, that doesn't look very neat. If you have an ocular lens of 10x, and you're going to multiply that times low power, which is 4x, you're going to come up with a total magnification of 40x. Okay, so then that works for every lens. The ocular is always 10x. You're going to multiply that times your medium power objective lens, and that's going to give you 100x for your total magnification. So it's going to be 100 times bigger than if you didn't use the microscope. And the last one, 10x times the 40x lens, which is going to give you 400 times the magnification. So why can't we have lenses that just, we've got 1,000 or 10,000x? Why can't we just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger with our lenses to have the most magnification? The answer to that is you can't have too high of magnification without losing resolution. Resolution is the clarity. How clear is it? Like when you zoom in on a camera, if you zoom in too much, it gets all fuzzy and grainy. So that's the point. We can't zoom in too much or it's not very clear anymore. Let's see, it looks like I've got room over here you can see. Let's just write that down. You can't have to be too high of magnification, or you lose resolution. And resolution is the clarity of the image. How clear is the image? Okay, so can't have it too magnified or won't be in focus anymore. Okay, a few things before I show you how to do a wet mount slide. When you have a microscope out, always use the arm and base to carry it, and always use lens paper. I will supply lens paper to clean all your lenses. Now, you don't need very much lens paper. You just need a very tiny bit. You just need a little bit because you only need enough to cover the little lens. And you're going to clean every objective lens you have. Okay, so once you clean all your lenses, you'll be good to go. On the last video, I did forget to tell you how you move your slide left and right and up and down. You don't push on the stage clip right here. They've got knobs right here along this side. And you'll use these when you come into class. It'll be easy to see. When you move these back and forth, it'll move the stage back and forth, left to right, front to back. So that's how you're going to move your slide. Did want to mention that. Okay, so always using lens paper. We're not going to use your shirt or anything to clean the lenses that could scratch them. So, you know what? Write that down. That's very important. Always use lens paper to clean your lenses. Okay, the last thing is how to make a wet mount slide. This is for when you are making your own slide. So we'll either have prepared slides where there's something already on it for you to view, or we want to make our own slide, okay? Which we will make a lot of our own slides. And you'll have to make what we call a wet mount slide. Okay, so there are 4 steps. The first step is always clean your slide. Because when we put them back in the box, sometimes we're in a hurry, we don't have time to clean them. We always clean them when we get them out. So start with a clean slide. Number 2, you're going to put a drop of water on the slide. After you put a drop of water on the slide, you're going to place the object that you want to view in the water. So water goes down first, object in the water. Sometimes we have to stir it up in the water, which we will do when we look at your cheek cells. You will place a cover slip. Okay, I should show you what a cover slip is. A cover slip, you probably can't see it anyway. I don't have anything dark to put it up against. It's just a tiny, tiny piece of plastic. You can get glass ones, but they break really easily, so we're going to use plastic. Okay, so this little tiny square, plastic square, is called a cover slip. And you're going to place that down at a 45-degree angle. The reason you want to place it at a 45-degree angle and not flat down like that is because you want to be able to push the air bubbles out. If you just lay it flat, you can capture a lot of air bubbles and it'll be very obvious. It'll look like big circles underneath the microscope. So you want to kind of push the air out as you lay the cover slip down. So I'm going to put at a 45-degree angle in order to push out push out air bubbles. So just draw a picture real quick. If this was your slide, you put a drop of water on the slide. Second step, you put your object in the water, and then you place your cover slip down at a 45-degree angle. And that's how you make a wet mount slide. Okay, so I will want to see that you've copied all these notes. You want to start studying those. Make sure you know that these words, cover slip, 45-degree angle, what you do in order. I will want you to know what is, resolution. What do you clean it with? How do you carry a microscope? What are the parts? What are the functions? What type of microscope is it? It's a compound light microscope. And it's a light microscope because we use light. We're going to go over all the different types of microscopes later. And make sure you know how to find total magnification. Okay, I think that's it for now.